had the weirdest dreams last night, but I cannot remember a thing now. What a cool table. I wish I could afford something like that. Someday, Phoenix, someday.
Hello, Miss Vanderbild. Do you have some time for me?
Certainly.
Do you know if Mr. Bogdanov had any NGO duties?
Have you ever met the man, officer?
No, ma'am. I didn't have the chance. Why do you ask?
Well, if you had met him, you would know that he was not cut out for an NGO duty. He was evil and had no appreciation for our system or the society.
Are you positive that Mr. Bogdanov was aware that the device was addictive?
Of course he was. Each time I renewed the rental, that prick doubled the price.
Can you tell me any specifics about your treatment at the rehab?
All I can tell you is they took very good care of me, as expected.
In what ways did they take care of you?
Well, when I arrived there, I was a wreck. I really didn't know what end was up.
You felt that bad, huh?
I was addicted, all because of that bastard Bogdanov.
He got you addicted?
Well, let's just say he was to blame for introducing that non-certified device to me.
Then what happened?
When I told him I wanted to keep it a little longer, he said sure, for a price.
So, he started renting the device to you. Was there any agreement about a free trial period?
Yes. We made a verbal agreement for a free trial period. The first week. Then he introduced a weekly rental price, which doubled every week after that. But I didn't care. I had to have it.
How did you learn about the device?
That Bogdanov ass approached me one day and invited me to his office.
What did he say?
He said he imported this device for his elite clientele, and he wanted me to have it for 1 week as a promotion.
So it was for his elite clients? As a token of his appreciation?
That's what it seemed like. That ugly bastard. I'd no idea he wanted to get me addicted.
Did you check if the device had appropriate authorization seals?
No, I did not. I noticed it lacked those holographic seals much later. And it was too late. It had a different user interface, one that I did not see before.
Can you recall any of the experiences?
You know, it was a virtual reality device. But I really cannot recall much. I prefer to forget that experience altogether.
Was it painful? Is that why you prefer to forget it?
No, I don't recall any pain. But it was just so intense.
Intense in what way?
I remember that the experiences I had were completely realistic. I hadn't seen a virtual reality device like that before.
And what did you experience?
My favorite program was a sexual encounter routine. It was the most tantalizing experience I've ever encountered.
Was it that realistic?
It was beyond realism.
How come?
Because I've yet to experience any emotion so overpowering.
I thought you did not remember much from your experiences.
I do not remember the details, but I do remember the intense emotional pleasure I received. The bad thing was, whenever the routine ended, I was ready for more and more. And then I became addicted.
Didn't you see the irrationality in paying so much money for this kind of a device?
The device had such a grip on me. I just couldn't let go with it.
Why?
Because I've yet to experience any feeling so overpowering.
Can you describe me the device, please?
I'm not sure if I can.
Do not worry. The GPSN suspect modeling software can be used for device descriptions.
Well, I would have thought you would have seen one of these devices. Why do you need a description from me?
For safety reasons, we are not granted access yet. Nobody knows how these devices actually work, so nobody is allowed near them until qualified personnel finish their observations.
I see. I'll try to do my best then.
Thank you. PA, establish link to Lena Vanderbild's PA for the parallel usage of the suspect modeling software, device description function. Thanks so much for all your help, Ms. Vanderbilt. I think I have everything I need for my investigation. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
I must be one of the few people who knows what this deadly device looks like now. Could this thing be responsible for other deaths? I think it's time to report my findings to Chief Morrison. I have some important facts to discuss, Chief. Lena Vanderbilt told me that she had received excellent treatment at the rehab center. Evidently, her treatment was for an addiction she developed to a device that Bogdanov had introduced to her. Apparently, Bogdanov gave this device to her on a trial basis at first. However, after the first week, he started renting it at outrageous rates. Apparently, Lena Vanderbilt told me the device that she had become addicted to was a virtual reality device. She said that the experiences she had while using this device were completely realistic, and that she hadn't seen a virtual reality device like that before. Apparently, she vividly remembers the intense emotional pleasure that she received while using one of the device's programs. She claims that whenever this routine ended, she was ready for more and more, and that's how she became addicted.
I have never seen or heard of a device with such a powerful influence on a person's emotions.
Neither have I, Chief.
Keep up the good work, Phoenix. Let's get to the bottom of this as soon as possible.
My sentiments exactly.
I only have a little time. Continue.
Dr. Gazella Nemeth told me that the task force did not detect any sign of even a minor blow to Spencer's head, and their scans revealed no sign of exposure to any harmful high-frequency waves.
Then what caused the man's death?
Well, they're pretty sure that there was some sort of an external manipulation to Spencer's brain. Evidently, a neuroengineer from the NC Research Triangle is on his way to help them identify the link between the device and Spencer's hemorrhage.
It's very strange that this medical task force doesn't have access to the device that caused all this. But I suppose it's only natural that our headquarters would want this deadly device to be examined by experienced engineers.
There's another strange detail that Dr. Nemeth revealed to me. Apparently, Spencer had ejaculated within seconds of the hemorrhage.
Ejaculated? Huh? I don't know what to make of that.
Neither do I, Chief. Dr. Gazella Nemeth told me that they suspected the non-authorized device Spencer was using triggered an unusual amount of brain activity, and this activity immediately caused a massive hemorrhage, resulting in death.
You don't say.
Dr. Nemeth verified that Spencer died of a brain hemorrhage while using an illegal device. Spencer's name was also on Bogdanov's financial statement as one of his art consultancy customers.
And?
I suspect that Spencer was one of those who had rented an illegal device from Bogdanov, rather than receiving art consultancy services.
Are you trying to tell me that Spencer died while using a device that he'd rented from Bogdanov?
That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Lena Vanderbild confirmed my suspicions about Bogdanov renting out illegal devices. I strongly believe that it was the same device that killed Spencer.
How can you be sure that Vanderbilt and Spencer had used the same kind of device?
Unfortunately, at this point, I'm not sure. I need to get my hands on that device first. But even the criminal task force at the rehab center does not have access to the device yet. I have nothing further to mention at this time. Hi, Julius.
Greetings to you, Phoenix of Wales.
Were you really a general in your past life?
Of course. And I still am.
You still are. Where's your army?
They are everywhere. All around us.
Right. How many soldiers do you command, Julius?
I have 1,905 soldiers.
Is that all? I thought generals commanded far bigger armies.
My army is special. They are fully trained and battle-hardened.
Which battles did you fight, Julius?
That information is classified.
I see.
My army is hiding, waiting, hiding, waiting for the right instant to strike at the right place. That's how battles are won. Timing is everything.
Harold, I would like to look for this item in the footage.
Okay, let's try.
This software's like magic.
Yes, there it is. It is in pieces, but it's there.
Wow. Thanks, Harold.
Anytime, Phoenix.
I think it's time to report my findings to Chief Morrison. I have some important facts to discuss, Chief. I have proof that there was a virtual reality device in Perez's plane when it crashed. The same device that Lena Vanderbilt was using.
You must be joking. How do you know?
I took the sketch that I obtained from Lena Vanderbilt to the monitoring room, and a remarkable software helped me to locate the pieces of the device at Perez's crash site.
Very hard to believe. I think I need to report this to our chief executive immediately. Where is this proof again?
You can obtain it from Harold, in the monitoring room.
One of Beverly's young engineers, right?
Yes, Chief.
Phoenix, Julio did a thorough background check on Mr. Mikhailov, and unfortunately there are some dark issues about this man. I want you to find him and have a serious talk with him.
Understood, Chief. I know where to find Mikhailov in the evening. I have a few more questions for you, Mr. Mikhailov.
Certainly.
Where were you on April 7th?
I was in Russia.
So, when did you arrive to the Union?
I arrived on the 8th, in the afternoon.
Did you like Vasily Bogdanov?
Of course I did. He was my childhood friend.
Were you in contact with Mr. Bogdanov when he was in Odessa?
Certainly not. I didn't know he was in Russia.
Is that right? I'm pretty sure he would have mentioned his plans about visiting Russia. You are childhood friends, after all. I'm sure he would have wanted to visit you, just like you visit him.
No? Really? I had no idea.
Did you have a business relationship with Mr. Bogdanov?
No, I didn't. I can't believe you are accusing me like this. I had no reason to harm him.
I don't remember mentioning anything about harm. But now that you mention it, how can you convince me that you really wouldn't harm him?
I was his brother-in-law, for Christ's sake.
You're what?
His brother-in-law.
Wait, let me think. I'm not used to this biological family lingo. Are you Larissa Lucan's brother?
Yes, I am.
This is incredible.
Officer, I need to leave now. I have to catch a meeting.
You do? All right, but do not leave town for the time being. I'm sure I will need to ask you further questions.
Okay, I won't.
I know it's late, but I need to report my findings to Chief Morrison.
You better have a good reason for bringing me here this late.
Ilya Mikhailov confessed to me that he is actually Bogdanov's brother-in-law and Larissa Lucan's biological brother.
Lucan's bio-brother? No kidding. Has Larissa mentioned anything to you before about having a biological brother?
No, absolutely not.
In that case, you should pay a visit to Ms. Lucan first thing in the morning.
I totally agree.
I only have a little time. Continue.
Ilya Mikhailov told me that he arrived in the Union the day after Bogdanov was murdered. I already verified this through our records. Apparently, he was in Russia the day Bogdanov died.
What a coincidence. But it doesn't mean anything.
No, not yet. I have nothing further to mention at this time.